Hey, hope everyone's having a good day. I just wanted to come out here and I got to change the oil on my pickup truck, my 2020 F-350 with a 6.7 Power Stroke, and I just figured that while I'm changing the oil, I could show you guys just generally how to change the oil on this thing and pretty much where it has any differences, which it really doesn't compared to most vehicles. I haven't had any problems with it, and mostly because I've just taken really good care of it, like today where I'm gonna change the oil. And not just, and as far as changing the oil goes, I always try to use AMSOIL. And I also converted it to take these Cat 1R1807 oil filters. They're pretty common on Cat equipment, pretty much anything from like, I'd say even some of their 7-liter engines all the way up to their like big 40, 50-liter engines. Yeah, they'll have these like stacked in series, or they'll use a little bit bigger ones. The 1R1807 is a extremely common engine oil filter for Cat. So like relatively speaking, this truck engine doesn't really it doesn't push this filter very hard, and it'll probably end up lasting longer than the factory one. That doesn't really bother me any, because the owner's manual and the dealership will tell you need to change the oil in that every 10,000 miles. I don't go anywhere near that. This is the longest I've gone, and it was mostly just because of also the miles that I put on to go pick up Mitsubishi, and I'm sitting at about 5,000 miles. And I use fully synthetic motor oil. I use the motor oil that's the weight for the environment, which right now I'm switching to the 1030 diesel oil. I'll just go through the steps that I do for changing the oil in this thing. Kind of look at like the modification I got to use these filters. And it also adds another quart of oil from the factory spec. So instead of 13 quarts, it takes 14 quarts of oil. Yeah, I'm gonna go get some things moved around and get it set up, and then I'll cut to starting the engine oil change process. All right, well, here we are underneath. So this one is a 17 mil, and just like almost every vehicle in the world, you're gonna have a drain plug at the bottom of your oil pan. And what's nice about my truck is it puts the oil filter right here, and you can see that Cat oil filter here. But mine doesn't have a copper sealing washer like some cars do, so I don't have to worry about replacing that. But a lot of cars do use a small copper ring to go around the drain plug to seal it up, and I'll show you kind of where it would go once I get this one off. Dripping already. I'll try to see if I can get this lined up. Now this one is pointed straight back, so I need to watch it that when it comes out, it's gonna fly towards the back. I prefer the drain plug style that's facing directly down, but oh well, you gotta work with what you got. And I'm not very particular about, try not to get any oil on your fingers. Like, you're changing oil, you're gonna get oil on you. And 3, 2, 1. Oh, got it. Sweet. I just gotta watch that as it drains down. It's gonna start to drip downward, so I gotta pull the pan back in. You can see here, this one doesn't need a copper sealing washer on it, and it would go normally right around here, but like I said, thankfully this one doesn't. It doesn't have a magnetic tip, which I kind of wish it did. Wait for this to drain, and start pulling this back in. And diesel oil is blacker than fucking shit. So I'm gonna try to swing this so that I can catch the oil coming off of the filter at the same time. So put that over there for now, and hopefully I did not thunder this thing on last time I put it on. Oh yeah, I absolutely did. All right, I'm gonna have to go grab a oil filter wrench, and then I'll just keep letting this drip. All right, I'm back with an oil filter wrench. Let's get this slid on here. And of course I put it on backwards. Professional. Real professional at work here. And she's coming. Giggity. Jesus Christ, I need to tone it down on the creatine or something. Good Lord. I always hand tighten my filters, and I'm the only one that changes my truck's oil, so I must have been pissed off that day. She's got some long threads. See how well these little channels drain it off? I've never really had good luck with these things, but oh well, yeah, do that. If you're not used to changing diesel oil, it's permanent. This shit don't come out. It don't come out in the wash. It don't come out of your skin for a while, unless you like exfoliate your skin. This shit is permanent. And personally, between the two, I like the smell of diesel oil better than gasoline oil. Well, we're kind of getting to the point here where it's being affected by the wind, so I think I'll carefully grab the plug, dislocate my arm, and stick the plug back in. And for the love of God, this thing too, you do not need to rail this thing down. Just snug, plus like an eighth. It doesn't even need a quarter. That's all you need, believe me. All right, I'm gonna go grab that other filter, and then we'll get that thing spun on, and then we're all done on the bottom. Got my other filter still in the wrapper, and take a little bit of the old oil, put it around the ring here. This O-ring helps it seal. Alrighty, so now I gotta put oil back in it, and right here is my oil fill cap. And if you look at this, the thread, one single thread that's on that, I have this oil funnel that matches. I really hope that you can see that. And so, just move my cap out of the way, put this in its place, and then I have a nice sturdy mount for oil to go into. Like I said earlier, I always try to use AMS oil, or I know some people call it AMS oil. I just call it AMS oil. This is the 10W30 max duty protection, which according to my truck's owner's manual, I'm technically using it in extreme service, or extreme duty. So So I figure I'd go with the max duty. And what's nice about these is not only can you see the amount of oil going in, but they also hold the can really well. And yes, I have 14 1-quart bottles. So this is gonna take a while. And just like that, we're done with filling. I am gonna go get a rag. I'm gonna pull the dipstick, clean it, stick it back in, check it. I know it's gonna say it's overfilled because it is, because it hasn't had the oil run through the filter yet. So, but I'm gonna do that and then start it up, run it till I see oil pressure, shut it off, and then come back, wait a bit, and check the dipstick again, and should be dead nuts in the center. So let's go get that done. Yep, just like I predicted. It says it's overfilled. So I'm gonna get in this thing and start it up. Oh, and I'm also gonna change the service indicator back to saying that the service is performed. So it might run for a little bit longer than just turning it on and waiting to see oil pressure. Alrighty, let's pull that dipstick out one more time. Clean it. It says it's a touch low, but it also literally did just run, so probably safe to assume that not all of it made it back to the pan that fast, because it's literally right on the add line. So we'll give that a couple minutes to settle back down and then check it again. So let's see what this is at now. Oh yeah, we're good now. Pretty much dead nuts in the center. So I should probably wipe that off. But yeah, so just like that, other than with all my ranting and rambling, that is how I change the oil in my 2020 F-350. So if you want to see, more stuff on this, I'm sure that my brakes are probably getting close to being due. And I think this one does have a service mode for the parking brake in the rear to get those redone. But yeah, and if you guys want to get this filter for if you have a Ford or Mazda engine that takes that specific oil filter cap or oil fill cap, I got this on Amazon. There's the part number. I don't know if they're still on Amazon. I got this a few years ago, but it's great. I just keep it in the truck and keep it cleaned out, and like I said, it served me well. So I even used it, I actually had it even when I had my 2017 F-150, because Ford uses the same oil fill cap on pretty much all their engines. So I guess with that being said, I'm gonna get some of this shit cleaned up and call it here. See ya.